Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the one and only Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, everybody? Excited to be back.
Hey, we're going to talk about something. You know, you're actually helping me. You're my coach on this topic. It is something that is always important. However, it is often ignored when the times are good. Unfortunately, a lot of people poo-poo it when the times are bad, when it's actually paramount and critical, and that is your mindset, right? The most expensive real estate's between your ears, and you gave me that, so thank you for that quote. But yeah, it's so easy to be terrified and scared, and when you're terrified and scared, you sit down. I actually have a T-shirt being made that shows a picture of a tree, and in the branches of the tree it says "Tree of Fear," and then in the background it says "Forest of Opportunity." A lot of us get dragged right up to the tree of fear, and that's all we see, and we don't realize that there's so much opportunity. So that's something that I've taken from our conversations. It's a visual that I'm trying to push. But let's talk about mindset and why people need to take care of their own.
So good, so good. And for all of us guys, I think mindset, right? Mindset for those people that go, I don't need any mindset help. Those are the ones that need the most help, right? So if you
Exactly.
think that mindset is not important, you really need to listen to this. What we have to do is we have to start to guard our mind. I believe that the first step is figuring out what you're going to allow in your gas tank and what you're going to allow not in your gas tank, and that gas tank being your mind. I want you to think about your car. It runs on gas. If you were to take sugar and pour it into your gasoline tank, what would happen to your car?
It would stop moving.
It would stop moving. The engine would seize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if that's the case, why do we allow sugar in our gas tank? Why do we allow all of the negative thoughts, all of the news, all of the naysayers who tell us what we can or can't do? Why do we allow those thoughts to enter into our head? And what I found is it's because we don't work enough on bringing new positive thought in. So what I want to demonstrate is, and we talked about this at the event, I want you guys to, and I'll use this because this is full of coffee, okay? I'll use this for an example. This is full of coffee. If this is all dark black coffee and these are all of my negative thoughts and everything that holds me back and everything that's going to restrict me from making the money that I want to make, if this is all full of all this negative shit, how many water bottles, clear water, good positive stuff do you think I'm going to have to pour into this cup to get this clear?
A lot.
You think it's like 5, 10, 100 times?
Oh, I
It's
don't know.
probably like a couple of thousand, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Adrian, what's the point? These are all of your bad thoughts. These are your good thoughts. These are the thoughts that you have to go listen to mentors, watch more of Michael Zuber's YouTubes, listen more onto the positive thought that's going to feed this so the negative stuff gets washed away. And so the first step we can do is eliminate the news. We can eliminate the radio. We can eliminate the people that are around us that are telling us that it's going to be really hard over these next 6 months. Because in my opinion, I think that, is it going to be hard for some people? Yeah. But for us, we're going to take over market share. I'm actually beyond excited about what's going to happen. And that's because I continue to pour positive stuff into this cup. And here's the reality of the situation, people. This cup never gets clear. We always have some sort of in our mind that stops us from doing what we need to do, which is why this is so important.
Yeah, and again, you shared that example at our event on the 12th. I can't wait till that's published, right? I have somebody editing the videos together. And I was so happy to have you kind of light us up after lunch. That's the hardest time slot. So, and you crushed it. You exceeded all expectations. The feedback and the number of times I heard your session called out as highlight was awesome. So thank you so much. The other thing about your analogy that really hit me is it only takes one negative thought. So, right, if you have this thing, this full negative thoughts, you're consistently pouring in clear water and it's getting lighter and lighter. And then your mom or your best friend or some social media channel throws out something negative. It's all black again and you got to start over. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. In my world of sales, it's 10-to-1.
Right.
right? There's this rule of thumb that I used and preached. It's like, guys, we have to do it 10 times better. 10 times references, 10 times customers, 10 times phone calls, because it only takes one bad or one no to mess it all up. You got to kill it with volume. And people just don't get it. They're like, hey, I listen to positive stuff, but I listen to this other stuff just to get the whole picture.
Just ruined it.
You just ruined it, man. You're going backwards. What are you doing?
We got to stand guard, guys. I don't believe enough of us put enough real focus on this, right? Like, so for instance, if I go hang out with, I don't know, if I go to Christmas, right, where all my family's there are certain people that I can only listen to for so long before this starts getting messed up.
Agreed.
So I tell my wife, hey, we got like an hour and a half. And when I signal you, that's because this is just too, we got to go. And you guys, it's not
got to go.
We got to go. It's not being rude. It's not being disrespectful. You're guarding your mind. I want you to understand, when you don't do this, you are being rude to yourself. All you are doing is just making yourself less of. And we have to stand guard of it. And another thing, guys, is let's just say you have a really negative thought that's just in your mind. You can't get it out of your head. I know I get those sometimes. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper and imagine yourself tear it up into a million pieces, throw it in the air, and feel yourself releasing it. Yeah. Remember, you did that at the event.
I did. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. It works for me. I hope it works for the audience, right? When I have something that I call it grinding, right? When my mind grinds on something, I have to write it down.
Yep.
It's a way for me to get it out. I don't know what it is about writing it down, but it allows me to see it, allows me to be more creative. And yeah, the simple action of ripping it up is, it's like, or balling it up and throwing it at someone.
Yeah. Or lighting it on fire. There's times I'll light it on fire. Whatever it is you have to do to just get this back into the state, guys, because let's put this together. The last 2 years, it's been like this. It's been a very easy roller coast down. You don't even need to pedal to make money, right? You just get a little push.
Push me over, Adrian. We're good.
That's not going to be the same these next 12 months. It's going to be an incline. And when we have an incline, is it harder or easier?
Harder.
It's way freaking harder. And it's going to test not just your body, but your mind. So let's get this in order, guys. So as we're going up that hill, we're uberly excited about what's happening, not fearful about what could happen.
Amen. I love that. Adrian, do me a favor. Where can people follow you?
At Adrian Hernandez. You guys continue to watch these videos. I wish I was turned on to this when I started. I would probably have like 500 rentals. I'd be right by Zuber, right? But I'm working on it. So there's no better time to get started than now. So start now, guys. Don't wait. Appreciate you.
Thank you. You got it.